Welcome to Family Gamer TV. If you track with the channel, you will know about Osmo, and also you will know Pramod Sharma, who we've got here today to talk about a new game for Osmo, Pizza Co. So this is quite a departure. Do you want to introduce what the latest game is for Osmo?
This game is really about taking classic pretend and play shop mechanic. The kids we all grew up with that, and kids love playing the pretend and play shop and trying to sort of merge the AR style Osmo gaming to shop play.
Pepperoni and green pepper coming right up.
And so the setup is that you're running a pizza store, but of course you're using the Osmo, the view that it sees in front of the iPad. How does that work? How do you use that technology to sort of create the gameplay?
Yeah, so if you think about the shopping play pattern itself, there's a fantasy around customers. The customers come in, they ask for, I want to eat something, and then a child will make up pretend play, and then they give to a customer. So the fantasy aspect of any shop play is customer, and what we are doing with Osmo is that aspect of customer, the fantasy aspect, it actually lives inside an iPad. So we have this fantasy world with a lot of characters, that animal, human looking like characters, and they love to eat pizzas. And the game is all about customers come in, they ask for pizzas, and you, in a physical space, you make pizzas, and based on how well the job you do, customers feel either happy, unhappy, sad, and they give you tips, and then you make changes as well. So effectively you're running the whole shop, but the shop lives, the work is all physically in front of you, but the shop actually lives virtually. So it's a pretty interesting combination of this fantasy world of inside the iPad and the real world where you're actually making pizzas.
Yeah, nice. And I think have you got the game there, so we could actually sort of see this in action?
Yeah. Okay, so on iPad you see it's a game. You start the game by opening a shop, and once you open the shop, customers come in and they ask for pizzas. So I'm going to open it up. We start with the easy mode.
So it's the different difficulty levels there, are there?
Yes, there are different. As you start making pizzas, you get more complex experience of shop, more customers, more complex change, faster gameplay. So this one is, this guy wants, I will eat anything but fish. Okay, so I'm going to give him green pepper and a mushroom. And as you actually make pizzas, he will give you feedback in the real time. He's like, oh, he seems happy. He's looking.
Nice.
I'm going to bake the pizza. So you just slide it to the right side, and it goes in the oven. And now he's going to wait while you're baking the pizza, while we got a new customer. This guy, he likes pineapple, but he doesn't like olives. So let's try to give him some pineapple.
And so we knew that because of the icons that popped up on the screen. Is that right?
Oh, if you could tap on this, you can see again on what
I see. Yeah. And so the things he likes are at the top, and the things he doesn't like are at the bottom there.
Oh yes, that's right. You see a smiley face and a sad face.
Yeah.
He likes pineapple, so he seems very happy. But I'm going to actually have some fun. I'm going to give him olives, and he doesn't like olives, I think. Yeah, he didn't like olive. So as you can see, actually, he's from his face, he doesn't seems to be happy about the fact I'm giving olives. So
he's not sure about that.
Otherwise, he's going to give me bad ratings. And he seems happy now. I'm going to bake it, and you got a second customer. Now we got actually a couple of them. This guy, he wants pepper, and then pepperoni. Oh, sorry, the green peppers and pepperoni.
Is there a time limit to this? Do we have to be quite quick, or does it not matter?
Actually, it actually matters later on. This is the first level; it didn't matter as much. But and then you get a queue now, a couple of customers, and you don't want them to be waiting too long. He wants mushroom. You bake, and as I'm making the pizzas, you will. Okay, he wasn't that happy, and I got a bad rating actually.
So we didn't get that one quite right. So he was like, "Oh, we didn't like that pizza."
Yeah, he didn't like food. I think I didn't give him enough of green pepper. And now and I have some of these guys who have got the pizza and they want to make the change. They want to pay for it. So he gave me a $20 note, and the cost of pizza is $14. So I'm going to give him. Here's your tray with the your cash. I'm going to give him. He's telling me because I'm taking too long. $5 and then $6. Oh, well, he was happy. Oh, he gave me a rating that 4-star that you took too long.
Oh, so if we were quick,
So
we've got a better
you shouldn't
rating.
take way too long.
Yeah.
And this guy she's giving me 5 plus 5, 10 minus 7. Okay, I'm going to give him $3. And this. Oh, wait, he was happy. He gave me a tip, I think. Yeah, I got a tip actually. He's giving me 10 minus 8, $2. It's a beginner level, so the change is actually easier. So we are not going to use the coin at this level. It gives me a little overview of how was my performance. So I got 3 smiley, like happy customers, 1 wasn't happy, and then at the end you actually see the whole report. I made $38. It cost me $19 in the ingredients, and then I got $4 tip, and $23 is the final money I actually made. So if you go next, you come back to this one. So now you can actually open the shop again and make more money, or you can actually upgrade your shop. So there are a couple of things you can do in the game with the money you're making. So I'm going to go back to upgrade, and this was the shop as you saw in the earlier part of the demo. You can actually change your setup. So you can actually change the floor. This one is tiles. I'm going to get these fancy tiles, but I have $85 right now to spend. I was playing it before the briefing, so I'm going to go a little fancy. So I'm going to spend $50 on this. So you can see the floor change, and I don't know if I like this plant, so I'm going to go and change the plant to something better.
And will the aesthetics of the shop affect the gameplay in any way, or is it just to make it look nicer?
It doesn't. It actually makes it look nicer, and over time, as your shop gets better, customers have better experience, and that's going to actually impact the money you make, this kind of service you provide. So the whole point of the game is about running a shop and growing the shop and really being an entrepreneur, but as a child. And entrepreneurship effectively mean you think a lot about customers and you think a lot about resources, which is money. So you think a lot about customers and how do we effectively use the money, and you make money by serving customers, and then you have ways to spend the money. The most simplest place to spend money is to buy more ingredients so you can serve more customers. You need toppings, you need pizza toppings. The second level is you can actually change the outlook of your shop to make it more attractive for customers. And down the line, you can take the money and buy other shops. That feature isn't there yet, but we're actually working where you can sort of build your franchise of pizza shops.
Nice.
And that's very similar to how a new company gets started and grows over time. So in case of Osmo as a startup, you always start with the customer. What do they need? How do you make them happy? And then you figure out how do you grow the company. So we try to mimic the whole sort of building a company from the ground up, a startup itself, and giving that experience to children.
And so this feels like it's sort of another step in the kind of slightly more gamey direction, like we had Osmo Monster. And the production here feels more like a cartoon. There's a lot more narrative. Is this something we'll be seeing more as we go forward? And was that particularly a focus for Pizza Co?
Definitely. It's very true that this year all the 3 games we've launched, this is the 3rd one, Monster, Coding, and Pizza Co, we try to bring more emotions into the gameplays. We try to bring more characters and try to bring a storyline behind the scene. And that's actually a huge focus because we know that children love that, and this has been working for children for a long time. The reason we couldn't do last year is because it required a lot more resources than we had last year. but this year we are putting a lot of focus on trying to build an emotional connection to the game.
And is there, in terms of expanding that audience, I think we've talked in the past about potentially partnering with other companies, and I've recently been looking at the similarities between Ingress and Pokemon Go, and the sort of the amplification that it had once they added in a well-known brand. Is that something you've thought about any more since we last spoke?
We're definitely always looking into opportunities to sort of use an existing IP to scale our products. But focus for now and for this year has been to really define what are the core experiences on our platform, and really proving that children love our experiences. And at some point we will start using external IP to scale that. But this year really has been about first proving the platform, expanding the platform, and really sort of innovating on the interaction itself. So we see going forward down the line, maybe in a year or two, we'll have we will be definitely going to open to external IPs. But for now, our focus is let's prove the children love this interaction, because it's such a different interaction than what we are used to.
And in terms of the children who'll be playing it, does Pizza Co stick in the same age bracket for Osmo? And what is the sort of the target demographic, do you think, for your audience?
So the age group for this game, and in fact too for most of our games, is 5 to 12-year-olds. And we try to build a progression path in the game. So in case of Pizza Co, we have a junior mode, which is for younger children. And then we have a more complex modes around using coins and optimizing sort of your operation of running a pizza shop. So we try to cater to that age group, similar to everything else we have launched in the past.
And kind of at an era where technology seems to be getting ever more complicated, particularly with the launch of lots of VR games, and there's a big push for VR. How do you think Osmo stands in the minds of those children as a very simple product compared to some of the more complex products they come into contact with?
I think what we really optimize for everything we do at Osmo is fun. Like, is this fun? Is it exciting? And for children are exposed to so many things in an early age that everything is magical. They haven't sort of grown to appreciate what's normal and what's not normal. So we don't really focus on tech, but we really focus on what is fun, what is excitement, what is magical, and what really grabs their attention and sort of gets them dreaming and imagining and creating. So our focus is all around experiences, and the role of tech is to support all the imagination we have around new experiences.
Great. Well, I think the Pizza Co is definitely another sort of tick in the box of that, simple, fun experiences. I'm looking forward to seeing what my kids make of it. So thank you for your time today.
Thank you for having me.